This is the first of what I'm hoping is more of these little mom-to-mom, parent-to-parent moments. And Krysta was so great to agree to do this.
Recorded in Fargo, North Dakota, and broadcasting around the world. Welcome to the Strive Show, your connection to all things family health, and nothing is off limits. And now, your host, Dr. Jake Grenacher.
Hey everybody, welcome episode 5 of the Strive Show. I think I got the number wrong last week, so I'm really pumped that we're only this far in and I can't even remember what number we're on, which is great. I'm really excited. This is the first of what I'm hoping is more of these little mom-to-mom, parent-to-parent moments. And Krysta was so great to agree to do this. I've known her for a long time. Her family's fantastic. And just wanted her to kind of share a little bit, a tip, a tool, a strategy, kind of one thing that's really helped with your family that I know will help more people out there. So that's about all we talked about, and I said we'll just go from there. So love for you to share what you have.
Sure. So Jake asked me to share one thing that I would love to impart basically from mom to mom. And the one thing that has been super valuable for me as a mom is to just really get curious about our health and the options that we have. Get curious about the food that we eat and how it impacts our bodies. Get curious in our relationships and not just taking things at face value and really digging in and digging deeper in all of the areas of life, because we're so holistic as individuals that we're no one part. We're physical bodies, we're emotional, and we're humans that need lots of different things.
The funny thing, I love what you said about that, about getting curious even about like our health and the food and all that kind of stuff. It's one thing that I was joking with someone just yesterday about, like if I see everyone running like one direction or going one way and I'm with them, it kind of scares me. I'm like, wait a second, why are we all moving the same direction? Which is interesting because we've kind of been conditioned to think that because this is the way it's always been done or this is the way that everybody does it, it means it's right. And most of the time that freaks me out a little bit because it's not the case. So what kind of stuff have you found through this curiosity with your family that has been like an aha moment for you?
Well, I look back at, when we were growing up, it was, fat is bad. So fat-free is the way to, eat. And I grew up on, General Mills cereals and lots of carbs and that kind of thing. And now as an adult, I have to eat gluten-free and have all these food sensitivities. And so, I have to get really curious about food, which then allowed me to really dig in and figure out 100%. How it really impacts your health and your brain and all those things. And especially for my kids, with their attitudes and behavior and their focus and all of we're looking into sports performance for our soon-to-be 5th grader and all those things. It starts with the way that you feel your body. So, and from a chiropractic standpoint, healthcare is a proactive mentality, and so that's kind of the
that's one thing that's been kind of nice lately. I mean, there's a lot of things that aren't very nice, but I think more and more people are getting into the ideas like we can't just wait for something bad to happen. We should be more proactive in what we're doing, which is great. And the other thing, right before I hit start on the camera, that I was really interested about, when you talk about being curious, and you talk about with what's going on in our kids' lives. We were talking, because I have a now 13-year-old, and if you don't get a little bit curious, and if you don't get a little dig or inquiring, you'll never know the true story. You'll never know exactly what's happening. You'll just get surfacey stuff, which going back to the days of General Mills and all that kind of stuff, I think that was kind of the way we grew up, or I grew up, is that don't ask, don't tell, and I think being curious is super helpful for that too.
I feel like authenticity and vulnerability are extremely important in relationships, and that's for every relationship that we have, in our working relationships, in our marriages, and especially with our kids. And it's hard to be vulnerable, but it's super important to get to that safe space to really know how their emotional health is.
Oh, big time. And I always know that, like, tell me now or get in more trouble later. Like, that's always great. So, and the whole fat-free thing, I don't think is funny. And when I read that, or sugar-free or fat-free, the first
Yeah.
thing I think of is, oh my gosh.
So what is it?
Yeah, the chemically laden beep storm is what's
Yeah,
coming next. So no, that's really awesome. Well, I appreciate that. So the curiosity part, I think, is huge for everybody that's watching in all aspects, and then even the examples that you gave, were from your health to food to your kids to everything else, and I think that's just such a great mental picture to paint for yourself is, am I curious enough? Am I asking the right questions? Am I asking enough questions, about whatever it is I'm doing for my family, whether mental health, social health, physical health, all those things. I think it's fantastic. So
The one caveat that I will add, though, is that if you get too curious, you're bound to get overwhelmed.
Oh,
and so
big
to
time.
have trusted professionals in your court that can kind of tailor that curiosity a little bit so that you are not, because it's really intimidating to learn all the things and then feel that you need to do all the things, and the reality is that we need to approach that curiosity with a lot of grace too, and know that we can't be perfect, we're not going to be perfect. And
I think with that overwhelm comes a lot of times, this idea of that people are stuck. When they get overwhelmed, it's just you're paralyzed. You do
Analysis
nothing.
paralysis.
Yeah, you do nothing. I know all this stuff, so I do nothing. And making little steps are important. And I know every day I talk about the curiosity as it comes to WebMD, or searching stuff on the internet. I always say that you can go from you can go from a common cold to like stomach cancer in 3 clicks. So just be really careful on that for sure.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being part of it. And if share this with your friends, tag people, like it, give us some thumbs up if you like where this is going, and we'll see you next time on The Strive Show. Thanks guys.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Strive Show. Make sure you catch up on all episodes on Strive Chiropractic's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram TV channels. To connect with The Strive Show, email info@strivechiropractic.com.